So the 75th anniversary event is over, let's chat about it. In general, I have to say I quite liked it. It could have gone both ways, but thank God it went the positive way, and all thanks to Jack Whitehall. I mean, he was really the best choice and the MVP of the evening, with a special shout out to Gordon Ramsay. And yeah, I mean, in general, it felt a little bit rushed, but that is to be expected, considering how much they have to put into 120 minutes of a show, right? Alone, the teams take up 70 minutes, and then with performances, hosts, etc., I mean, that was still good paced, but still rushed. Retrospectively, I also have to say I understand the performance choices now, because they didn't have that much present on stage, which I also enjoyed. They were just supporting acts, and if they would have chosen bigger artists, then they would have taken too much of the presence and also would have cost too much. So now I get it. But now, instead of going into each individual team, which, to be honest, you can just watch the live stream, which is still on YouTube, I will have 4 rankings and give you my top 3 for each of one of them. And disclaimer, these are all my opinions. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you agree or don't agree.
Okay.
So my first ranking is top 3 intro video. And there I have to say it was Aston Martin, Mercedes and Ferrari. Special shout out to also Kick Sauber. It was a close contender. But anyway, and with Mercedes, I honestly have to say I was confused in the middle if they have a Nike or Adidas partnership, because that video was really Nike coded. And with Aston Martin, I mean, listen. If you're the only team in the room that has a connection to a massive movie franchise, then you would have been dumb to not use it. And kudos to them for having the James Bond intro. That was great. Also, the arcane style animation in the middle, amazing.
Nice job, team.
Ferrari, I quite enjoyed that they used the time that they have to honor Enzo Ferrari. That was a nice touch. And as a special shout out, Kick Sauber, for the first team to have the stage, it was a really great visuals, and they really played with the green, which, they were a top contender anyway. Top 3 on stage performance, and with that I mean the presentation of the car itself. And here I have to say it's again Aston Martin, McLaren and Ferrari. And Aston Martin, I mean, that live ensemble, the musician, you could really tell that Aston Martin is chronically online because that was music from TikTok, but I really enjoyed the performance. That was beautiful. It did something to my heart. Ferrari, I like that they used the stage more with the individual words, and just classical, you know. And also having the visual of the cars evolving from the first Ferrari to the current one, or last year's one. And McLaren, again, I enjoyed that they had the history on stage leading up to the new car. They used the stage wisely. Again, special shout out to Kick Sauber. I also enjoyed the drums on stage. That was great. Now top 3 liveries, and again, my opinion. Before I do that, I'll have to say it is really colorful this year. And if you think back to 2 years ago, where we were all complaining about carbon fiber, then I have to say this year they don't care about the weight anymore, and they just did color, and everyone has something white. So my top 3 liveries are Visa Cash App Racing Pools, Ferrari and Alpine. Yes, for Visa Cash App Racing Bulls, I was really surprised on how much they changed the liveries. I mean, that is a 180 they did with the car, and I appreciate it. I love the little detail of the ball on the air intake. Amazing. And now we also have to mention the biggest disappointments in the liveries. And here, I think we all can agree it is Mercedes, Red Bull and McLaren. Nothing has changed. It is literally copy and paste. And yeah, I mean, never change a winning concept, right? And I guess they saved some money on the design aspect. But yeah, I expected a little bit more. I mean, McLaren, if they didn't drop that one-off livery last week, that would have been a really cool one. I would have enjoyed that one. But Anyway, now to the greatest moments and the wins of the evening. Again, Jack Whitehall's intro was chef's kiss. I mean, he really did his research, went onto the internet and looked at what people made fun of, talked about, etc, etc, and just included it. George Russell and Max Verstappen beef, then Lewis Hamilton, Charles Leclerc dreamy eyes, all of that I enjoyed. It was punchy, but in a humorous and nice way. It was not mean, it was just really classic British humor. And I also understand if some people say that it wasn't as funny, because I mean, that is British humor on all levels combined. Gordon Ramsay, as I said in the intro, Gordon Ramsay saying what we were all thinking, and then that little Jamie Italians joke, which again, only British and also I think Europeans might get, because there's this unspoken beef that is not really a beef between Gordon Ramsay and Jamie Oliver, so that was a really fun nod. I also have to say Aston Martin placing their drivers inside the crowd was nice, and that was the only team that really appreciated the crowd, and yeah, to me it also looks like Fernando Alonso was the only one that kind of enjoyed being there, but then again, all drivers did not look like they enjoyed being there. So also shout out to the cameraman who did the Flavio close-up. Kudos to you. You are amazing. And then also the Zac Brown tattoo jokes with him looking like Post Malone if they have a great season or if they have nipple piercings. That was funny, and everyone was kind of thinking the same. I really enjoyed that they included the Formula One Academy just to show that they are part of Formula One, and also giving them the moment, giving them the table, giving them a special video during the whole event. That was a really nice nod, and just to show that they are also supporting the Formula One Academy, which of course they do. And then last but not least, Jack Whitehall in the Lewis Hamilton suit. That was amazing. And then him having to change out of it, having a pit stop, that was also great. My biggest L's / disappointments of the evening. I was a little bit disappointed that each team and driver did not say much on stage, because the fans were there to see the drivers and the teams, and then to only get a "how you do in London, we are excited for the season" was a little bit, yeah, disappointing. They could have just taken away a little bit of time from the video and did it on stage. I also have to address the elephant in the room, the pit stop mistake by Mercedes on stage, where they could not get the front right tire off. If that is an omen for this season. But hey, it was just hilarious, and everyone saw it. But yeah, I also did not understand the Lando Norris interview. That was, in my opinion, not necessary. And if they've done driver interviews, they should have done more. I get it from a clickbaity or like from a attention grab position, because Lando Norris does create some traffic, but yeah, I don't know, I could have done without. I also have to say Alpine. I think I will just say Alpine. What was that? What was that? So I was literally saying like that the whole show, and then they did a close-up of Flavio, and I was like, yeah, me and you both. Who was that on stage?
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Who was that with the Moncler jacket? That is so 2010. With a hairstyle that is presented at every single hair salon and no one gets. The beats were not even good. The car saved it a little bit, but what was that? Last but not least, I have to also say, if you are going to a Formula One event that has all teams and all drivers present, don't go there to boo. I mean, yes, the FIA booing was kind of fun, but then don't boo at Max Verstappen, don't boo at Christian Horner, don't boo at the F1 Academy. I think I heard some booing doing that, and I was like, why? How miserable do you have to be to boo at a Formula One team event. Yeah, that is all I have to say. That I was really shocked by that behavior. That was not it. That was my recap, and my final words are: we can really have that every single year. I would not mind. I really don't want to watch an hour times 10 every single year for car reveals just to have the liveries at the last 5 minutes and boring interviews before. Let's have both from now on. It's a really fan service. It's a great way to bring everyone together to celebrate Formula One and to make a spectacle out of it, which Formula One really wants. And yeah, and also make it at different countries. I quite enjoyed it, and let me know what you thought of the event, and I'll see you on Sunday.